All right, so let us get started. Let us get started with ourselves seated in a cross-legged position first. And we're going to place our right leg in front of left, feet under the knees. Find your sitting bones. Push down with the sitting bones to sit up straight. Keep the collarbones nicely open. And close your eyes. Have your palms facing up or down. That's your personal choice. And bring your attention inwards. Natural breath. Give yourself a few minutes, a few moments to just become aware of your body in this yoga posture. Become aware of your posture itself. Is your spine comfortably tall, including your neck? And then what is the sensation that you're feeling most of in your body? Relax your facial muscles, relax your mouth, relax your shoulders. And now take your attention down to the pelvic bowl, the space in your pelvis, the lower abdomen, and relax that space. When you relax that space, start to breathe consciously. Take 5 to 7 conscious inhales and exhales to this space. So you're inhaling and exhaling into your pelvic bowl, which includes your lower back and lower abdomen area. A lot of us carry unconscious tension in this area or a low level of anxiety. But if it is held for a prolonged time, it can turn into some prolonged tension space or tension tendency. And this can transpire into our thoughts, behaviors. So this week's focus is working to support the urinary system. And we want to acknowledge the pelvic bowl. And now we're going to start our 3-part breath technique or breath practice for 6 rounds. And it goes like this. So you'll inhale from the pit of the belly, which is the pelvic bowl, up to the lowest ribs. Then again, take another inhale from the lowest ribs to the collarbones. And another inhale from collarbones to the crown of the head. So you fill that completely and pause for a second, and then you breathe out completely. All right, we'll do that 5 more times now. Inhale from the pelvic bowl to the lowest ribs to the collarbones, collarbones to the crown. Exhale completely. Inhale, pelvic bowl to the ribs, ribs to the collarbone, collarbone to the crown. Exhale completely. Inhale, pelvic bowl to ribs, ribs to collarbone, collarbone to crown. Exhale completely. Inhale, pit of the belly to the ribs, ribs to the collarbone, collarbone to crown. Exhale completely. One last one. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale completely. Now please bring your hands on the knees if they're up, facing up. Let's gently rotate our head in one direction 3 to 4 times. Imagine you are drawing the perfect circle, a perfect circle with your head. Close your eyes, keep your neck relaxed as you're rotating your head 2 to 3 times. Just in the same direction. Once you've completed it, come to neutral and take an inhale to the pit of the belly, chest, crown, and sigh or breathe out completely. Now the second direction, opposite direction. 3 complete circles. I know that most of the times it doesn't feel the same when I go in the opposite direction. So I slow things down a little bit so that I don't miss anything. Any of those angles that the neck moved in the other direction. And then when you've finished, come back to neutral. Inhale through the for the whole trunk, from pit of the belly all the way to the crown. And exhale. Great, bring your hands together in prayer position. We will chant the Om mantra together. Inhale. Om. Now bow your forehead to your fingertips, then open your eyes. So from here, please take your legs to cross over one more time. Left over in front of right. Turn to your left, take a seated spinal twist. And what I'd like you to check is that your hips don't move to the left. So you want to keep your sit bones down and front of the pelvis facing forward. And you're turning more from your rib cage to the chest, but your hips stay stabilized to the ground. So push down with your sitting bones and don't let your hips twist. So then let's take 10 breaths here. You can close your eyes with your head turning to the whole way to the left, and then take that 3-part breath smoothly, as in don't stop in between, no gaps. 3-part breath smoothly from pit of the belly all the way to the crown. And then you're exhaling freely. Do this in your own time. As you know, today's class is slow and steady, foundation level. It's working with the postures that promote better support for the urinary system. And what's the urinary system composed of or consist of? It's the kidneys, the bladder, the UTI, urinary tract, and the pelvis itself, that area. And as I mentioned, the emotion of anxiety, it's not really an emotion, is it? It's a anxiety, stress, fear of change, or lack of emotional flow. This can be a result of a compromised urinary system. So We're working towards releasing the tensions from a very deep space. Of course, it's a lot of mentality as well. This is a lot of mental impression we'll be clearing too. Let's turn the head forward. You should be done with your 10 breath cycles, and then you come to the opposite side. Again, push down with your sit bones. Take your right hand behind, left hand grabs the right knee. Turn your head all the way to the right. Close your eyes to see that the rib cage and your chest is turning more than your hips. Your hips should be stabilized. And take your 10 breaths here in your own time. They should be nice and slow and fulfilling. So your internal practice today is to make sure that you're connected to this inner space, the 3-part breath space, and know that the internal organs are located along this space, and also that we are mentally aware, focused of the space and the ease that we feel when we breathe into this space, or at least we're trying to soften the space. That doesn't mean there will be no intensity in the postures we practice, but we need to make sure that we are accessing the breath space with our own internal breathing practice. So this practice is really about healing the mind. Okay, healing the mind in the way that our mind is computing all the sensations in our body. Most of the times, we are not aware that we are sort of becoming a person based on how our body is feeling. And that is completely reversible, completely changeable through some mindfulness, through some awareness development work. Turn your head to the front and then turn your whole body all the way. So now we'll take seated bound angle pose. Before we do that, we'll take our feet in a bound angle pose, which is the diamond shape, and our heels are slightly forward. I just want us to do some spinal movements first. So do 10 rounds of these. Exhale to round, inhale to lift. And once again, make sure you're staying aware of the area that you're breathing into. So then you're not going to strain. You're not going to move robotically, mechanically. There'll be an inner softness when you're moving. So as you're doing this, finish up what I'm saying. The tensions that we feel in our body, if they are left unprocessed and unaddressed, they can easily become part of our daily attitude, daily behaviors, and that's something that yoga teaches us to regulate through the practices that we do. Okay, so just one more, and then we can finish seated upright. And now we're going to bring our heels toward our groin, interlock the fingers of our hands, place your hands underneath your feet. Sitting up tall, cobbler's pose, look up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Let your elbows push your knees down and look to the big toes or just in front of it on the floor, and start to lower down over 10 breath cycles. 1 breath cycle is inhale and exhale. Once again, stay aware of your inhales and exhales happening within that space, the inner space. As you're hinging forward from your hips, gently pushing your knees down with your elbows. Last night, I gave an extra practice off the mat practice to everybody to support and to potentiate or bring more to our lifestyle along this the same theme, which is not stopping yourself from going to the loo on time. We often do this because we're either busy doing something or we are just lazy, so it's a habit that we have developed, and we can take this week to check on that, because stopping natural urges, both yoga and Ayurveda do say this, stopping our natural urges is an incorrect thing. It actually puts us out of balance. It can turn into mental diseases. So there's a lot of detail to that, more detail to what I just said, but basically, don't stop your natural urges this week. Just observe that just for this week. Maybe it'll become a habit the following week, so that you're not intentionally creating imbalances in your body. Okay, so I think you should be done with your 10. So please come up, sitting up. Okay, and then bring your knees together, and then take a simple twist to the left. So take your knees to overlap to the left and turn towards your left. So you turn the same way your knees go. Relax your right hip. And just relaxing your right hip, tucking the right foot toes. And just be here for 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, gaze forward. And then you'll just overlap the knees to the opposite side, to the right, and turn towards your right. Turn to the right. 5 breaths. Inhale, relax your left hip. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, turn your head to face the front, and once again turn your whole legs to the front, and now take your legs straight. You can tap the thighs out, tap, 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 tapping them out. And then let's take a seated forward fold. So we're going to take it like a yin posture. So you're going to let the feet flop out. Just relax your legs, and you're going to walk your fingers forward as far as they will go. And you'll just be here for 10 breath cycles. Make them your slowest breath cycles. Close your eyes, let the back round, and stay here for 10. Exhale. 9. Exhale. Now continue the breathing. So some of the areas that we'll be working on is the pelvis, hips, legs, and of course we'll also do postures that will open our chest and upper body. But our main focus today, for your main focus, your personal practice focus, is to make sure your breath awareness lands in the pelvic bowl all the way up to the crown when you're breathing in and breathing out. Now walk your hands back towards you and then roll the head back up to sitting. Now let's take our hands behind. Hands, fingers can face forward or they can face backwards. Backwards is less intense. Bend your knees and let's take a bench top pose. So hands staying facing forward or backwards, knees bent, hands and feet are in line with our knees. Now, if this version is too much for you, those that are watching at home, you can just stay here. This is the most modified version, which is lifting the chest, looking up. Inhale from the pelvic bowl to the crown. And stay there, exhale, and stay with us for the rest of the breathing. Those of us that are going to lift up, we're going to lift up our hips, hips in line with our knees, shoulders in line with our hips and knees, and then gaze up, don't look back. Stay here for 10, using both your feet and your hands. 9, stay aware of your breath space. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, gaze forward and bring your hips down. Once your hips are down, cross your legs and lean forward and sit on your heels and your knees. So you're sitting in Vajrasana A. So once you've sat here, let's take some arms movements. Right arm under the left arm, eagle arms. And if the bind is not so accessible, you can make a couple of fists with your hands and use the bottom arm to lift the top arm away from your chest. Don't raise the elbows higher than your collarbones. Rather keep them in line with your chest and move elbows forward and upwards for 5. Inhale, same space awareness. Exhale, 4, lifting. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, lift again. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, round the whole thing. Bring your elbows towards your belly button. Round the whole thing. So you're lengthening your spine. Stay here for 5. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 4. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 1. Exhale, rise back to neutral and release the arms. Release the arms. Roll the shoulders up, back, down a few times. Close your eyes and just roll them out. Don't squeeze anything. Just roll the shoulders up, back, down. So just to mobilize and open the collarbones back up again. And we'll start again on the other side. Left arm under the right arm. Eagle arms. Lift your elbows off your chest. Move your arms away from your face. We're going to lift up 5 times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lift. Exhale, roll and come to rounding. Elbows move towards the belly button. Rounding the whole back and stay here. Inhale, 5. Tuck your sit bones under. 4. Inhale, 3. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 1. Exhale, come up to sit in neutral. Then free up the arms and arms down by the side. And just roll again your shoulders up, back, down a few times to keep the collarbones nice and open. All right, so now we're going to take a yogic squat. Separate your feet at least hip width or hip width apart. So the squat, if you're not able to sit up in a squat, do this lying down. This is something for anyone, any day that you're not finding this is easy for you. Lying down. So do this we're holding this for 10 breath cycles. Please stay aware of that pelvic bowl to crown space and sitting up right as far as you can. I'm just going to demonstrate what it looks like on the floor. It's a happy baby pose. You lie down, and this is your yogic squat lying down. Choose the variation that is for you. Those of you that are in this class right now, live, taking the class live, you're doing the seated version. But maybe if you're doing this class at home, you can press the pause button and take your time to get into the happy baby pose and then unpause it to practice keeping up with the timing. So breath is most important. We're trying to reverse our mind's impression in the body or the body's impression on our mind. So that's why we're focusing on the breath, softening our whole area where all the nerves are situated, like the whole nervous system's messaging happens along this area from our pelvis to the crown. Of course, legs and arms too, but we're concerned with what we can influence. Legs and arms we can't very much influence with our breath so much. Okay, so just a couple more. We're nearly done. And then stand up, standing up all the way. So if you're on the floor, come up, stand up, reach up high, inhale. Stay there, exhale. Feel your spine straightening as you're standing up. Let your sit bones drop. Let your chest lift. Close your eyes and enjoy this arm reaching up. Enjoy the arms reaching up and allow yourself to breathe to the whole trunk. And start to move your arms behind the head. Slowly, slowly start to move the arms behind your head. Maybe see if you can grab your elbows from behind. Sit bones, bring them down. And then start to move your chest upwards. Taking a back bend and come back with your arms down. Stay there for a few seconds. Square off your feet. So make your feet parallel now. And just stay here for a few seconds and breathe to your whole body from feet up. So we're going to keep our feet hip width apart as they are already. And from there, just standing Tadasana. Close your eyes. I'm going to guide you through Tadasana. So raise all your 10 toes. Press down with the ball and heel of your feet. Lift the kneecaps, activating the quadriceps, and draw your sit bones down. Now, broaden your collarbones. Bring the shoulder head slightly back, but drop your floating ribs in case they're sticking out. And then bring your chin slightly back towards you so that you feel nice and neutral through the back of the neck. And now with your eyes closed, let's do the 3-part breathing 3 times. Inhale from pelvis to the lower ribs to the collarbone, collarbone to the crown. Pause for a second, exhale fully. Inhale from pelvis to the rib to the collarbone, collarbone to crown. Exhale fully. See if you can feel the back body as well next time. Inhale from pelvis to the ribs, Ribs to the collarbones. Collarbones to the crown. Exhale fully. So we'll stand and do the half sun salute for 5 rounds. Hands together in prayer position. Inhale, circle the arms out and up, reach up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, head down, hands next to the feet. Inhale to a flat back position. So flat back means lift your chest away from your navel. You can bring your hands on your shins to assist. Exhale to a forward fold, hands land next to the feet, head down. You can bend the knees if you need. Inhale, circle the arms out again and reach up, chin up. You can keep your eyes closed. Exhale, arms down by the side, back to mountain. So 4 more like that. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back position. Your hands can be on the shins. Extend the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Don't squash the belly at all. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, arms down. Always try to reach a neutral position at the end of each pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Reach neutrality at the end of each pose. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, arms down. Final one. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, arms down. So now place your hands on your hips and step to the top of your mat if you're not already there. And take your right leg back in a position of the triangle. So right foot's toes, the back foot's toes face the right side of the mat. The front foot's heel is in line with the back foot's arch. Okay, so we're going to go from there to skywalker. You're going to raise your arms above the head and grab your left wrist with your right hand. And then lift your arms up high, lean over to the right. Your legs are nice and strong, leaning over to the right. If this is too difficult, bring your right hand down on your right hip and reach over with your left arm only. Staying here for 5 and 4. This is an extreme stretch of the left side. And 3. I'm doing the modified version to demonstrate. And 2. And 1. And rise back to standing. Arms, both of them shoulder level. Reach for the left. And then bring your left hand down on the shin or the ankle for triangle pose. Keep your legs straight. Lift your kneecaps. And raise your gaze to the right hand thumb. If that's too difficult, look down at the left foot's big toe. Inhale 5. Exhale 4. Inhale 3. Exhale 2. Inhale 1. Okay, and bend that left knee and come back up to warrior 2. Just take your right leg back furthest. Okay, and then align your shoulders above your hips. And what that means, like, you may be feeling like you're leaning too far forward or leaning too far back. You should be feeling the weight of your shoulders land over your hips. And you're feeling that neutral space again. And take your ribs down if they're poking out too. Gaze over the left hand. And take 5 breaths with me here from the pelvis to the crown. In 5. Out 4. In 3. Out 2. In 1. And straighten the front leg. Hands on hips. Hands on hips. Take a step forward. Stand in Tadasana once again. And once you stand in Tadasana, please pause and take a breath into that pelvic bowl all the way up to the crown. And breathe out. When you're ready, hands on hips, take your left foot back 3 to 4 feet distance. 3 to 4 feet distance, not too narrow, not too wide. Front foot's heel is in line with back foot's arch. Back foot's toes face the left side of the mat. Now legs are straight, arms rise to the ceiling. Skywalker first. Grab your right wrist. Or do the other version, which is your left hand, the back hand goes on your hip. If that's too intense to have your hands grabbing the wrist. So I'm doing the more advanced version now. 5. Legs are strong. 4. This is an extreme stretch for the side body. 3. 2. 1. Stand up. Back to neutral. Bring your arms down, shoulder level. Reach for the right side. Kneecaps up. Bring your right hand down to the shin or the ankle. Raise your left arm towards the ceiling. Either look up at the left thumb or look down at the right foot's big toe. And let's stay here for 5. Legs are nice and strong. 4. In 3. And 2. And 1. Bend that right knee and come to warrior 2. Arms, shoulders, hips. Shoulders are above the hips. Walk the left foot back so it's easier to bring the shoulders above the hips. So first start with facing the left side so you feel that neutrality in your trunk. So then turn your head to the right and start breathing. Inhale 5. Exhale 4. Inhale 3. Exhale 2. Inhale 1. And exhale, straighten the leg. Hands can be on hips or can be straight and step forward. Stand in Tadasana. Neutral position and stay here and take a couple of breaths. Neutralize any tension points. Just a couple of deep breaths. Okay, last standing posture is the goddess pose. Take your right leg back, heels in, toes out. Hands are on the hips for now. Right leg, big step back, heels in, toes out. And we're going to bring our hips down 5 times and raise, keep our hands, elbows in a cactus arm shape. Okay, so exhale when we come down. Inhale when we come up. So then we inhale when we come down. Inhale, pelvis to crown. Exhale, coming up. Inhale when we come down. Exhale when we come up. Try not to stick your ribs out. Inhale when we come down. Exhale when we come up. Inhale when we come down. Exhale when we come up. Inhale, coming down. Exhale when we come up. Two more, one more. Inhale when we come down. Exhale, come up. Bring your hands down behind you. Now take your hands behind your back, lower back, and turn your feet in parallel. So just turn the toes in instead of having them inverted. And check that the outer edges of your feet are parallel, two parallel lines. So you might have to turn your toes, big toes in slightly further to achieve that. Okay, now hands go on lower back. Push your pelvis forward, look for your belly button. And jiggle your hips slightly, a little bit, jiggle, jiggle from side to side. And loosen up that lower back area. We're doing this instead of camel pose. If it's possible to have your fingers facing up on your lower back, try that. It'll stretch your hands really well too. If not, you can just keep your hands on your lower back to support. So you should be feeling a nice stretch through the front of the hips here. And most of your weight is on your toes. Come and stand up. And let's take a forward fold. Interlock your hands behind you. Fold forward, gaze to your navel, reach over the head with your arms. And let's stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Don't strain, do exactly what's possible today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring your arms down below. Come into a halfway lift. Take an inhale and halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward one more time. Hands on the mat. Come into a halfway lift again. Inhale, hands are on the mat. Exhale, turn to your left or right. Turn into the front of the mat and bring yourself back down on the mat with your knees. Cross the legs and sit down. Crossing the legs and sit down. So lotus pose is the yoga pose that's very good for it. Now, we're not going to do a full lotus pose unless you want to. Unless you can, go for it. So the alternative to lotus pose is the first level you can try this with is right calf in front of left shin. Toes are flexed. Okay, this is first level, and your knees are up for now because I need your hands to be next to your hips. And what we'll do here is push up and slam ourselves down. Push up and slam ourselves down. So we're landing on the butt. So if you want more cushioning under your butt, then you lower your knees. But keep your calf attached to the shin. Go ahead and do 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The next side. Left calf in front of right shin. Left calf in front of right shin. You can lower the knees as long as you keep that attachment between the calf and shin. Hands next to the hips. Slam 7 times. Thump, 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 thump. That's it. Second version is you can do a half a lotus. So right leg in front of left leg and pick up your right foot and place it between the calf and thigh. That's half a lotus. And a little bit more intense is bringing the foot all the way up to the hip crease. See what your hips are or knees are okay with today. And so now we're going to take our arms up, inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Then half lotus, forward fold. You can be on spider leg hands, meaning you come off your palms and put your fingertips on the ground. Push back with your fingers, push down with your fingertips to stretch your hips back. And you can bring your head in line with the arms. Now we stay here and take 10 breaths through the trunk. Inhale 10. Exhale 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Walk your hands back towards you. Now you could have done that with just calf in front of shin as well. So it could be just this or half lotus. So go stage by stage, the one that suits you. Let's change the legs around. So we're either taking the first stage, which is Sukhasana, calf in front of shin, or half lotus, palm of the foot, left foot in between calf and thigh, or bring the foot up with your hand and guide the outer edge of the foot to be in line with the inner crease of your hip. This is a more intense version because it's going to stretch your knee. Not just your knee, but also buttocks. So either one is fine. Inhale up with your arms. Exhale, fold. Come onto your fingertips and keep your head in line with the arms. I won't go over the instructions again. Coming back into the pose. Inhale 10. Exhale 9. Inhale 8. Exhale 7. Inhale 6. Exhale 5. Inhale 4. Exhale 3. Inhale 2. Exhale 1. And bring your hands back towards you. If you're in half a lotus, bring your foot down with your hand. Okay, so we're just gonna do some face yoga and then we come down on our backs. So close your eyes and squint your eyes. Inhale. Exhale, sigh out, relax. Relax the eye muscles, relax the facial muscles. Now silently say the word wow and really exaggerate the wow with your face. So your jaw is moving, mouth is moving, wow. Okay, and then pause, take an inhale into the belly, sigh out. Now you're going to say now, so you're going to go back now silently. Oh, actually, you don't have to say it silently. You can say it out loud at home. You're at home. Now, 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 now. And then inhale, sigh out. Okay, 4 lion's breaths. So you'll inhale and stick your tongues out and go. Try to stretch the tongue from the base of the tongue, not the middle of the tongue, Try and reach the chin with your tongue's tip. Okay, let's go 3 more times. Inhale. Tongue back in. Inhale. Tongue back in. One more. And bring your tongue back in. Just a general inhale, just a normal inhale. And breathe out gently. Lie down on your back. Lie down on your back. Let's take a supine twist to the left side. So stretch your left leg down. Bring your right knee to the belly or chest. With your hands, hug the right thigh to the belly just for 5, 4, 3. Let your whole back body settle and soften. 2 and 1. Take the right knee over to the left with your left hand. And bring both shoulder blades down to the ground as best as you can. And stretch your right arm to the right. If possible, gaze over to the right side. Now, for some of you, if it's difficult for you to extend the arms and lower the shoulders, what I suggest is keep your right hand on your hip. It's okay to keep your right shoulder off the ground. Keep your neck also in neutral. Your right knee is still on the left side. Your left hand is still grabbing the right knee to keep it anchored. And we should be nearly done in the pose. So just 5 slow breaths. And come back to the neutral position. Head, hips. Hug the right knee one more time. And release the right leg completely down. Bring your left knee up. Interlock the fingers over the left knee. Holding it for 5 and softening the whole back body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's go to the second side. Bring left knee over to the right side with your right hand, twisting. And then open the left arm to the left. Make sure both shoulder blades are on the ground. Bring them down first, and then gaze over to the left side if that's accessible. If that's difficult for you to lower both shoulders and turn your head and extend the arm, keep your head in neutral, keep your left hand on your hip, and keep your left knee still on the right side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, come back to neutral. Hips come back to neutral. Head, arms, everything come back on your mat. And let's take a Shavasana. Arms are by the side of the body. Tuck your shoulder blades in. Palms face the ceiling. Stretch your heels down. Have your legs at least hip width apart. Let the feet fall out. Make sure the shoulders are tucked in so that your collarbones are nice and open. And bring your chins in towards your chest. So the back of the neck is lengthened. Place your right hand on your lower abdomen space. Just let it rest there. And now just observe yourself breathing naturally with your eyes closed. Just observing the natural breath. How it slowly makes your lower abdomen inflate or rise slightly under your hand. And how it just collapses down. That's all. I'm not telling you to breathe into your hand. Your breath is natural. Your breath is naturally happening. And your hand is just there giving you feedback. That's how it's happening. It's very soft and gentle as your body relaxes. Left palm stays facing the ceiling. Relax from the head down all the way. You might be noticing the relaxation feeling is starting to spread through the stomach into your lower abdominal space. You might also start to notice that there's a certain level of relaxation felt in the back of the belly space. And it should feel like that sentence, oh, what a relief. Oh, what a relief means whatever tension I've been carrying, I'm so glad it's gone. I'm so glad I've let it go. Okay, now slowly release your hand off the belly and reach up over the head with both arms. And stretch your feet down, legs down completely. Stretch your body long. Then roll over to your right side. Then make your way to a seated posture for our pranayama. So we're going to take our Sukhasana or half lotus or full lotus, whichever one you prefer. Just right leg goes up first. Okay, non-dominant hand on your lap in Jnana Mudra, so join the index fingers digits to the thumb. And then dominant hands, peace fingers in front of the third eye. Close your right nostril with your thumb or your ring finger and exhale through your left first. Inhale through the left. Close your left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close your right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, visualize the breath going from nostril to pelvic bowl. Exhale through the right, visualize the breath going from pelvic bowl to the nostril, out. Then inhale goes from up to down, from right nostril to pelvic bowl. Then exhale from pelvic bowl all the way out through left nostril. So every inhale goes from up to down, every exhale goes from top, bottom to top. Continue for 4 more rounds, wherever you are. Inhale from left, down. Exhale from right, up. Inhale from right, down. Exhale from left, up. Inhale from left, down. Exhale from right, up. Inhale from right, down. Exhale from left, up. Inhale from left, down. Exhale from right, up. Inhale from right, down. Exhale from left, up. Last round. Inhale from left, down. Exhale from right, up. Inhale from right down. Exhale from left up. Remove your hands. Inhale and exhale freely, naturally. Observe which nostril is more dominantly open right now. And know that if it's your left nostril that's more open, then your right brain is more active right now. So just be mindful. In your movements, observe today after class. If your left nostril is more actively open, that means your right hemisphere of the brain is more active. That is your creative brain. And if your right side nostril is more open, it means that your left side of the brain is more open or active. That means your intellectual brain is more open right now. So sometimes what you will sense, well, if you are aware, that this changes throughout the day. But this is why we've been practicing the alternate nostril breathing regularly, so that we can bring about a balance, so we don't switch from brain to brain hemisphere of operation. Rather, we want a very nice syncing or synchronized brain, so that we are more balanced throughout our day with our energy, with our actions, thoughts, and feelings. Besides that, as I have recommended, I do recommend observe this week that you're not stopping yourself from going to the loo on time. Just as you feel the urge, go. I know it sounds silly, I know it sounds weird and awkward to bring this up, but it's a really bad habit that perpetuates that inner low-level anxiety we are carrying all the time. And that's one of the best ways to unhook and release that habit and pattern from our mental impressions. Okay, so it's going to actually immensely improve your emotional body. Bring your hands together in prayer position, and we'll chant the Shanti mantra to close, thanking our body, mind, spirit. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Well, you go ahead to your fingertips. Carry on. That's it. Thank you so much for your practice this morning. Have a really lovely day today. Bye.
Bye, Supriya.
Bye.